Okay, so I got the dishes done, and of course I don't have a dishwasher, so everything's hand washed. But I went over that with y'all about conserving water and how I rinse on different levels, all that good stuff. So what I'm going to tell you now is about our tanks. This was a part that I had to learn. I even had to learn about the conserving water as well. So on a RV, so when you're at home and you take a shower, or you flush a toilet, it goes somewhere. Like it goes in, if you live in the country and you live on some land, that stuff's going to go into your septic. If you live in the city, it's going to go into sewer. And so and then from there, like, things get flushed out, sanitized, yada yada, all the stuff that whatever the water treatment and all that stuff does. Or of course, if you live in the country, you can have your septic pumped out. We've done that before too. So, to explain this and make it a little bit more sense, I thought I would give you some visuals. So I have this pitcher that I normally filter my water in. That's a whole other thing. When we're hooked up to water, I operate differently. So, but right now we're just talking about boondocking water. So, first of all, let me tell you what boondocking is. For ones that don't know, I had to learn some of these words. So boondocking is when you're using only what you have on board, because you don't have access to anything else. So right now we have unlimited, because we're plugged into electricity. So we're not boondocking on the electricity. We don't have to rely upon our we have solar batteries, we have regular batteries, we have, I think it's called, Tim's my battery guy. But we have like engine batteries in order to run the motor. We also have batteries to run the RV, and then we also have some solar batteries that gets charged from the sun, and then we get to use it from there. So we're set up and we're good. But right, if we didn't have electricity, that's what we would have to do. But we have electricity, so we can use our electricity and everything operates. We don't have to worry about that. But what we do not have hooked up to us is sewer and water. So that's what I'm going to explain. So that 112 or 115 gallon water that I told you that we have, let's just say that's what this is. This is 115 gallons. So I go to use it, say I'll wash my hands or I do my dishes. That water that I just used to do my dishes and I rinse my dishes has to go somewhere. We're going to call this cup black. We're going to call this cup gray because, well, it's gray. It makes it easy. So when we use water, it's either going to go into your black tank or it's going to go into your gray tank. Black tank, period, no matter what, is only toilet. So when you go to the bathroom and you do number 1 or number 2, it's going to go in your black tank. That's the only thing that goes in there. So you don't mess with the black tank. That's dirty black tank. Your gray tank is where the water goes, or anything that goes down your drain in your sink. So say you have a little bit of milk left over in your bowl from cereal, that goes in your gray tank. When you're doing your dishes and you're rinsing your dishes and all that stuff, that's your gray tank. You wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, that's your gray tank. When you take a shower, that's your gray tank. I think that's it. Anything you're going to put down any drain, period, except for the toilet, because the toilet's the black tank. This is the gray tank. So, and remember, you're running your whole house on these 100 gallons of water. Well, those 100 gallons have to fit in this. So let's just say, let's just go ahead and call it, well, we're going to do easy math. This is 100 gallons, 50 gallons for the black tank, 50 gallons for the gray tank. When these are full, this is empty. So, on top of conserving water to make for sure that you have water for as long as you need it, you also have to make for sure that you're not filling your tanks too full. So, like I brought up the whole bird bath thing. Sometimes when I go and I take bird baths, not only am I saving the water for Tim after he has worked all day and sweaty and nasty and needs a shower, I'm also not putting so much water into the gray tank. So I'm saving space there. So we've had to learn to look at things a little bit differently when we're boondocking. So that explains the tanks. Now, when we are like at an RV park or a we have what we call harvest hose that we use. When we're hooked up to full power, like we have power, we have sewer, we have water, we can operate just like you do at home. We can leave that water running, as long as we don't run out of hot water. We have 6 gallons worth of hot water at a time. It's another reason why we turn our water off in between each thing we do in the shower. It's to help save that hot water as well. But when we're hooked up to water, we can just let our water run. And I'm not going to think anything about running out. I'm going to run that water, and I'm going to let it just run for hours. Not really for hours, but I'm going to let it just run and do what I need to do. Because I don't have to worry about running out of water in 2 days. And if our tanks happen to get full, we just have to go outside and, pull a lever, do this, do that. That's what Tim does. Tim really likes to be the one to handle all that, which I don't mind because it gets dirty. So I let Tim be the one to handle that. But when you're hooked up to it, you can just go outside whenever you want to and just handle that and, pull your levers and empty your tanks. Right now, since we don't have that, we have to plan which day we're going. Like we just went on, let me make sure I get this right. We just went on Friday. Yes, we just went Friday. So we probably won't go again until somewhere between Thursday and Saturday will be the next time that we go over to the next town. Now, whenever we do that, we have to close up the whole RV. We have to make sure, in fact, I will show you all what we have. You should be able to see. Okay. So like in here, we have bars that, let me see if I can.